Only joking, huh? How are we all doing? Hope we're doing well. Welcome to this week's edition, anyway, of Darraghs Guitar Lesson. It's episode 2. Hope you got on all right. Just speaking to Dara now. I hope you got on all right with lesson number 1. I hope you got those bar chords working, because we're really going to need them for today's lesson, lesson number 2, which is Sultans of Swing and the styles and times of Mark Knopfler. So basically, first thing is we have to put a myth to rest, as they say, and you don't need the red Strat. You don't need the red Strat to play the song. You can play it on any guitar, in any tuning at all. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, a lot of people find it very daunting trying to play with their thumb for the first time. Obviously this is a trade of Mark Knopfler. And Ripley's, believe it or not, released a flyer once about Mark Knopfler's thumb and how unbelievable it was. There was a mistake in the pressing stations and it just came out RIP with the thumb, and people had thought that Mark had lost his life. Now, first thing is, if you do have trouble, and this isn't just for Dara, it's anyone else out there, playing with your thumb, you can always get a plec that's a similar colour to your guitar, so you can get away with that a bit better, yeah, if you wanted to do a little sneaky on it, okay? Now, if we want to get into character, we have to do it right. So I'm going to bring out my friend here from earlier, and any red sock really will do. So what you want to do is you want to get a scissors at the red sock, and no surprise or ha, where this is going, huh? I tell you. So anyway, you want to get a scissors going at the sock, and you want to basically take off the end of the sock completely. That's what we're looking for here. So the better the scissors, the less time you'll spend on it. So if I just should be able to man it, and yeah, any women watching the video can get their dads to do this bit. Dads are alright. So, and now out of nowhere, I have my very own Knopfler headband. So I have a Knopfler head strap now. You can put it on your wrist as well if you want. The riff in Sultans of Swing is a very famous riff, and you can do it in any key you want, really. But today we're playing in the key of E. So the first thing is, and this goes back to lesson 1, is you want to play E. Yeah, you want to get that fuzz too. You know. So what we're doing is we're going E, and then we're barring the 9th fret, and we're going to go 9, 7, 5. So we'll go. Alright, now what we do is we go back up to 7, and we put our ring finger on the B string, and we go, and then we go up to 12. Alright, so all that in sequence would sound like this. In terms of the guitar solo itself, you can just improvise it pretty much. Any key as well. That's the great thing about Mark Knopfler. But here is where he gets tricky. Where Mark Knopfler would play all up and down the fretboard in comparison to other guitar players who would play notes as close together as possible. What are you talking about, Neil? No, you'll see what I mean now in a second. If we focus on this one part from the song here, alright when you hear the music ring. Now that little lick there, where he says when you hear the music mang, is a very interesting little riff, and it's the one that catches people out the most. What it really is 5 on the A to 7, 5 on the D to 7, and then 5 on the G, and then back to 7 on the D. So you're going. Okay, now what Mark does is he tries to challenge himself every day. He wants to get better every day. So what he does is he plays the first note here, that D, but the E he plays up here on the 12th on E, goes back down to 3 for the G, 12th on the A for the A, and then he goes on the G on the 5th, and then back to the A. Okay, so that should sound kind of like this. Okay, now let's see it, that technique, thumbs out, along with the song. So the line again is when you hear the music mang. Feel alright when you hear the music mang. So, pretty much there. Obviously you can, I played it a bit too quickly. The song was catching up with me. If you do, as you know what I say, if you can play it fast, you can play it at the right tempo. And for any of you out there who aren't too sure about what string is what when I was talking about where to fret, don't forget what we say when the wife's walking out the door. Audrey, don't get big eggs. No point in buying the jumbo ones when the smaller ones go just as far for a fraction of the price. So Audrey, don't get big eggs. Alright, so that's been the guitar lesson. Just going to look at the curriculum for the next couple of weeks really quickly for those of you who want to continue subscribing. Episode 3 of course is ragtime. Episode 4 will be double capo technique. Episode 5, Body Rock by Moby. Episode 6, Darraghs, my favourite tuning. And episode 7, Bono's technique when it comes to U2's Desire. And for those of you who entered this week's competition, it was in fact a €5 note that I kept behind the capo tuner. So there you go, and the winner, we will track you down and we're going to fax it right out to you. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you at episode 3.